Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to a new story with me, Jihan, in my channel Learn Turkish with Jihan. I'm creating these stories because I explain them word by word, sentence by sentence, plus sometimes the grammar part. And from your comments, I know that you are benefiting from these types of videos. That's why I'm creating more of them. Of course, as I said before, if you want to receive this story as a PDF file where you can write your notes while I'm explaining, plus the PDF of other stories and other videos on my channel, and of course, they are lifetime access, so you'll have them forever. Plus, any new videos that I upload, I upload the channel, I will put their PDF in the folder that I will share with you. If you want to know more of that, click on the link in the description box below. Now, let's start. Today, our story is called Aptal Eşek Masalı, the tale of the stupid donkey. So, Aptal is stupid and Eşek is donkey. Masal, as you know, it's tale, the tale of the stupid donkey. As usual, I will be reading the text. It's a very short story. I will explain each word and the sentence meaning of the sentence. Also pay attention to the explanation because at the end of this video I will put some words from this story to check if you remember them, and if not, try to return to the story to check them again. Plus, I will read the story at the end of the video full without any explanation. So first with explanation, then without an explanation, I'll read it one time. Our story begins over here. Bir zamanlar bir adam eşeğine bindirdiği tuz torbalarını her gün pazara götürüp satardı. Meaning of the first sentence before we explain every word. Once upon a time, a man used to sell bags of salt on his donkey every day in the market. So bir zamanlar, it means it passed before in one of the stories. It means once upon a time. Bir adam, a man, eşeğine bindirdiği tuz torbalarını her gün pazara götürüp satardı. Eşeğine bindirdiği tuz torbalarını. Tuz torbalarını means salt bags. Bindirdiği means from binmek. Binmek to put on, to go up, right, like ride a bus, but here, of course, it doesn't mean that. It means that he puts them on the donkey. So he's putting the salt bags on the donkey. Her gün, every day, pazara, to the pazar, to the market, they mean here by pazar, götürüp, he takes them, we're talking about the salt bags, he takes them, satardı, and used to sell, from satmak. So here, her gün, as we said, every day, pazar, yes, market, pazara, to the market. So the a is to, götürüp, so from götürmek, to take. The up here, we explained it several times because we have two actions or two verbs. He used to take and used to sell, satmak. Satmak, to sell. The AR here means the geniş zaman. The geniş zaman is something that you do habitual. When you do something habitual, always you use the geniş zaman. D is the past. He used to sell, he used to take, and he used to sell. Now, instead of saying here, over here, we said two action, two verbs. Instead of saying götürdü ve satardı, we replaced this do, the past, and the ve with up. We explained this several times. Also, you can check the explanation in the previous story. Bir gün yolda bir dereyi geçmek üzereyken eşeğin ayağı kaydı ve aniden dereye yuvarlandı. The meaning of the sentence: one day when he was about to cross a stream on his way, the donkey slipped and suddenly fell into the stream. Bir gün, a day, yolda means on the road. So one day while he was on the road, bir dereyi geçmek üzereyken, üzereyken means when, the can is when he was about to pass a stream. So here we have a stream. So one day when we're talking about the donkey, of course, when he was about to pass a stream while he was on the road, eşeğin ayağı kaydı. The meaning of eşeğin means the donkey. Ayağı kaydı means slipped together. This word comes from ayak, which is foot. Kaydı, slipped in the past. So together, one meaning slipped. So the donkey slipped. Ve and aniden dereye yuvarlandı means suddenly. Aniden means suddenly. Dereye means to the stream. Yuvarlandı means fell. Here it means fell. The is the past. Tuz torbaları suya battı ve tuzlar suda çözündü. Meaning of this sentence: the salt bags sank and the salt dissolved in the water. So tuz torbaları, as we said here, salt bags. Suya battı means sank in the water. But while translating, we don't say sank in the water. Of course, they sank in the water. This is normal, but here they said to the water. So the salt bag sank. Okay, if you want to say in the water. Ve and tuzlar suda çözündü and the salts dissolved were in the water. So here means water, and da means in. By the way, da means in, on, at, depending on the meaning of the sentence. I translated. So we say that the salts dissolved in the water. That's why I said in and not on. Eşek ayağı kalktığında oldukça mutluydu. Çünkü torbaların hepsi boşalmış, yükü hafiflemişti. Meaning of the last sentence here: when the donkey got up, he was quite happy because all the bags were empty and his load was light. So eşek ayağı kalktığında. So when kalkmak, from to move, to rise. So when here ında means when he rose, when he came up. If we want to say when he got up, we're talking about the eşek. So when the donkey ayağı kalktığında, when he rose, when he got up, oldukça mutluydu. He was very happy. So oldukça means also quite. He was quite happy. Oldukça is quite. Mutlu means happy. Do here is was. It means the past. So he was happy. What's this? Why? It's a protection letter. Why do we have a protection letter? Because the d, here we have do, but usually the d, which means the past, originally it's d. For example, the d is originally ed. The do is originally udu. It starts with a vowel, we don't put it, and that's why we have two vowels, we put y as a protection letter. So as we said, when the donkey got up, he was quite happy. Çünkü because torbaların hepsi boşalmış. Because all the bags, all the bags were empty. Yükü hafiflemişti, his load. You know the load when you have a big truck, you put inside it things. This is called a load, so this is yük. The load hafiflemişti means was light, from hafiflemek. Next, sonraki gün yine aynı dereye geldiklerinde eşek kendini suya bıraktı ve zavallı tuzcunun bütün tuzları yine suda eridi. Now, meaning of this long sentence is: the next day, when they came to the same stream, the donkey let himself go into the water, and all the salt of the poor. Now, the poor, I will talk about this one. The poor tuzucu melted in the water again. So here, tuz means salt. Tuzucu, the person who sells the salt. The Jew here gives the person, the worker who does the action, who does the job. For example, oyun means game. Oyuncu, I put the Jew, it means player, the one who plays the game, so the player. So same here, tuz means salt, tuzucu, the one who sells the salt. Again, so let's see. Sonraki gün, the next day. Sonra means later, but here sonraki gün, next day. Yine aynı dereye geldiklerinde eşek. Yine here means again. So there's a difference between yine and yeni. Yeni is written Y-E-N-I. So the I and the E are replaced. This is yani, new, but here yine means again. Again, the same stream geldiklerinde when they came. From gel, come, geldikler, they came, geldiklerinde when they came. So the next day when they came also to the same stream, what did the donkey do? Eşek kendini suya bıraktı. He left himself to the water. Or we can say he let himself into the water. This is the meaning. So it means he threw himself to the water. Kendini himself. Suya to the water. Why as a protection letter? Bıraktı. He left from bırakmak. T is the past. Ve zavallı tuzucunun bütün tuzları yine suda eridi. Meaning, and all the salt of the tuzucu, the one who sells the salt, again melted in the water. So zavallı means poor. Poor tuzucu. So poor man, the one again we said the one who sells the salt. I don't know. I don't think we have a translation in English about that. So the poor tuzucu, all the salt again melted in the water. So let's go to the next slide. Now let's see what happens. Tuzucu bu defa eşeğin bilerek kendini suya bıraktığını anladı ve ona bir ders vermeye karar verdi. Meaning, this time the tuzucu realized that the donkey had intentionally let himself go into the water and he decided to give him a lesson. Tuzucu, we said, we know what's tuzucu, the person. Bu defa this time eşeğin bilerek kendini suya bıraktığını anladı. The tuzucu this time understood, from anlamak to understand, anladı, he understood. He understood that the donkey left or let himself go to the water on purpose, bilerek, by knowing. From bilmek means to know. Bilerek, it means intentionally. He did it on purpose. This is bilerek. So again, the translation is, this time Tuzucu realized that the donkey had intentionally let himself go into the water ve ona bir ders vermeye karar verdi, and he decided, karar vermek, to decide. Karar verdi in the past. He decided to give him a lesson. So ona him vermeye, to give, karar verdi. He decided bir ders, a lesson. So he decided to give him a lesson. Ertesi gün eşeğe sünger yükledi. The next day he loaded sponge on the donkey. So ertesi gün means the next day. Eşeğe to the donkey. Sünger means sponge. Yükledi means he put on him. Like he loaded on him. As we said, yük means load. He put on him, this time what? Sünger, which means sponge. Eşek süngerin tuz çuvallarına göre daha hafif olmasından dolayı dereye gelene kadar güle oynaya zıpladı. Meaning, the donkey jumped happily until he came to the stream. Because the sponge was lighter than the salt sacks or the salt bags. So the donkey dereye gelene kadar, until they reached to the stream. So dereye, to the stream. Gelene kadar, kadar. Kadar means until. Gel means come. So the donkey güle oynaya zıpladı. He jumped happily. So oynaya zıpladı. Zıpladı means jumped. Oynaya, like he's playing. Güle, he's happy. So he jumped happily until until they reached to the stream. Because, dolayı means because. Yes, because süngerin tuz çuvallarına göre, according, or the sponges, according to the salt sacks or the salt bags, was lighter. Daha hafif means was lighter. Olmasından dolayı like because together. All, it comes from all to be. So again, the meaning of this sentence, the donkey jumped happily until they reached to the stream because the sponge were lighter according to the salt sacks or to the salt bags. Dereye girdiği gibi yine düşer gibi yaparak kendini suya bıraktı. As he entered the stream, as he came to the stream, he pretended to fall again and dropped himself into the water. So dereye girdiği gibi. As he entered the stream. Yine again düşer gibi yaparak he fell, düşer from düşmek. Fell like yaparak he did. So it means here he pretended, here we can translate this, he made himself. So he made himself fall again. Here gibi yaparak we can say also pretended. So he pretended to fall again. Kendini suya bıraktı. He left himself to the water. So kendini himself suya to the water bıraktı. He left. It means he fell again in the water. This is what they want to tell us. Bu defa eşeğin ayağa kalkması hayli zor olmuştu. This time it was very difficult for the donkey to get up. So bu defa this time eşeğin ayağa kalkması, from kalkmak, to move up, to rise, to get up, in other words, yes, to get up. So this time to get up, the donkey, to get up, as we said, ayağa kalkmak, to get up, we're talking about the donkey, hayli zor olmuştu, it was very hard. Again, this time it was very hard, very difficult for the donkey to rise, to get up. Çünkü eşeğin üstündeki süngerler suları çekmiş ve çok ağırlaşmıştı. Because the sponges on the donkey had absorbed the water and became very heavy. Because eşeğin üstündeki süngerler, the sponges above the donkey, üst means above, üstündeki, those who are above, we're talking about the sponges. So because the sponges that were above the donkey, suları çekmiş means absorb the water. Suları, the waters, but we don't say waters, the water. Çekmiş means it took them. It means absorbed them ve çok ağırlaşmıştı and they became very heavy. So ağırlamak means to be heavy. Ağırlaşmak means get heavier, to be heavier. So mush, by the way, we didn't say it in this video, we said it in the previous story, that mush, we use it a lot in stories. When you're telling a story, use mush. Of course, it has other uses. Again, the meaning of this sentence was because the sponges that were on the donkey absorbed the water and became very heavy. Eşek dersini almıştı. The donkey learned his lesson. We can say took his lesson because almak means take, almıştı he took. But while translating, we say he learned his lesson. O günden sonra artık sahibini kandırmamaya söz verdi. And from that day on he promised not to deceive his master anymore. O günden sonra, after that day. So then sonra means after together. After that day, artık here means anymore. Sahibini kandırmamaya söz verdi. Söz vermek, the infinitive form, söz vermek means to promise. Söz verdi, he promised. So after that day, okay, they didn't say the donkey. He promised here not to deceive his owner anymore. Artık anymore sahibini here ne as a protection letter, his master. Kandırmamaya means not to deceive. It's from kandırmak, to deceive. Kandırma, this ma is the negative and this is the ma of the verb. Last sentence, tuzucu ile eşeği mutlu mesut yaşamaya devam ettiler. The tuzucu, we know what's tuzucu now, and his donkey continued to live happily. So tuzucu, the person who sells the salt, ile with his donkey, Mutlu mesut yaşamaya devam ettiler. Devam ettiler, they continued from devam etmek. Devam etmek means to continue. Ettiler, they continued. The ti here is the past. So the tutucu and his donkey, we can say this as and, continued to live, yaşamaya. To live, mutlu mesut, both of them means happily. Mutlu means happy, mesut means happy. So happily, they lived happily from now on. Okay, this is the sentence. So before I continue what I have to do, of course, you know by now that I have 5 Turkish stories that I explain in more details than that, more grammar details. They are 9 hour long. You can check the link below to get a copy of them, so you will benefit more if you're finding it hard to understand Turkish stories while reading. Now, let me read the story again without any translation, then I'll tell you about the words. Let me know if you remember them. Let's start with the reading part first. Bir zamanlar bir adam eşeğine bindirdiği tuz torbalarını her gün pazara götürüp satardı. Bir gün yolda bir dereyi geçmek üzereyken eşeğin ayağı kaydı ve aniden dereye yuvarlandı. Tuz torbaları suya battı ve tuzlar suda çözündü. Eşek ayağa kalktığında oldukça mutluydu. Çünkü torbaların hepsi boşalmış, yükü hafiflemişti. Sonraki gün yine aynı dereye geldiklerinde eşek kendini suya bıraktı ve zavallı tuzucunun bütün tuzları yine suda eridi. Tutucu bu defa eşeğin bilerek kendini suya bıraktığını anladı ve ona bir ders vermeye karar verdi. Ertesi gün eşeğe sünger yükledi. Eşek süngerin tuz çuvallarına göre daha hafif olmasından dolayı dereye gelene kadar güle oynaya zıpladı. Dereye girdiği gibi yine düşer gibi yaparak kendini suya bıraktı. Bu defa eşeğin ayağa kalkması hayli zor olmuştu. Çünkü eşeğin üstündeki süngerler suları çekmiş ve çok ağırlaşmıştı. Eşek dersini almıştı. O günden sonra artık sahibini kandırmamaya söz verdi. Tuzcu ile eşeği mutlu mesut yaşamaya devam ettiler. This is the translation of the story. Of course, as I said, if you like to take notes, get a copy of this file and the other stories that I have explained before, plus other videos, of course, lifetime access, and I will be adding to the link that you receive more and more PDF files. Now let's see if you remember these words that passed in the story. The meaning. Torba, what does it mean? Tell me in the comments section how many did you get right. Üzereyken, kaydı, hafiflemişti, karar verdi, and we have the last word, sünger. Hope the story was beneficial, was useful, you were able to learn new words. Let me know, of course, your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video as a support for the work done in the channel. Assalamu alaikum.